into this for Mercury and Taurus that is semi-square over to Jupiter in Gemini. I have out here Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I have my astral alignment out here. New York Tarot. NYC Tarot, should I say. Light Seers Tarot. And Kipper. Alright, we're going to get nosy, baby. We're getting nosy. Whoa. So this transit's taking place at 4:28 p.m. A little bit later on tonight, we're going to see the Sun in Taurus at a sextile over to the North Node in Pisces at 7:54 p.m. Okay. Welcome in, Chosen Divine. How you doing, sweetie? All right, let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into it. Anyway, I wanted to look at right now. We are at the planetary hour of Mars. All right, by the time this transit takes place with Mercury and Taurus at a semi-square to Jupiter and Gemini, it's going to be at the planetary hour of the Sun. All right, 1 second. Let me get an update on this energy. We're about to step into the moon in Capricorn as well. And that's taking place at 3:59 p.m. So did that take place already? What time is it? It sure did. Moon in Capricorn heading to the 1st degree. All right, you guys. So let's tap into this energy. There's a lot going on. 1 second. There is a lot going on. So 4:28 p.m. we have this specific transit and where the focus is. All right, we're going to look at Capricorn at the 1st degree with the moon ingressing into such a, I don't know, there's some sort of restriction here. All right, anytime the moon is in Capricorn, there's structure, restriction, authority, you know, that type of energy overall. All right, so from the 1st to the 5th degree, it speaks about accomplishment, an Indian chief demanding recognition, period. Welcome in. I said, how are you doing, Jazz, today? I'm doing good. I'm trying my best to do good. Yeah, I didn't get too lucky with housing, but we'll figure it out. All right, Indian chief demanding recognition. It says claiming power when the community security is threatened, then those who will claim a position of authority and take command. Observing the effects of unrestrained personal power, a body must have a head, a group must have a leader. Various experiments are still in progress to examine how best to choose a person best suited to that role, how often the leader should be replaced, and the scope of authority granted. In some cases, the dominant male makes his claim and decides on his own the extent of power and influence he chooses to command. This usually seems inappropriate in times of peace, yet it becomes an obsolete necessity when the group's survival requires it. This is true on a ship at sea. It is true in wartime, yet it is always a real question whether the risk of war throws up the belligerent leaders or the leaders' belligerence is the very reason for the risk. Welcome in. Who's that, Tiff? Welcome in, babe. All right, so an Indian chief claiming power from the assembled tribe, and it speaks about inflexibility. So the authority required and demands inner integrity. An Indian chief is a symbol of an ever-effective power of command. It is not a temporary position or subject to popularity, and it is associated with dignity and perhaps inflexibility of character. Sometimes very difficult decisions have to be made, which have enormous and life-threatening ramifications, and these require a person whose vision follows from a single eye, is consistent and true. Few are able to do this, and such a person can and does demand recognition, so to perfect their sense of authority. Okay, so that's the moon in Capricorn right now as we step into this reading at the 1st degree. We are looking at Mercury in Taurus, currently at the planetary hour again of the Sun, and the transit is going to be at 9 degrees and 27 minutes of Taurus. That's the 10th degree of Taurus. Let's take a look. Semi-squares are like slight tension. That's what it is. All right, so let's look at the 10th degree. A Red Cross nurse from the 6th to the effectiveness. Okay. So there's something that you're trying to accomplish at this time with the moon in Capricorn, whatever it is that you're effective at. A Red Cross nurse, it says compassion. The raising of love from the personal level to the level of sacredness in service. We are able to take our powerful faith into service of humanity to help others make the journey themselves from darkness into the light. Personal love can be raised to a higher level as we radiate our light, not just to close loved ones, but to all and everyone. So this energy today has been feeling really light. I've had some sort of experience like throwing up and where I was today in the lobby. And I ran over and grabbed like paper towels or whatever. There was a lady, she was really nice. She told me my hair was nice. And I started to speak with her. I don't know, the energy feels real light. All right, overall, while we were at the very last degrees of the moon in Sag. So just remaining optimistic, I believe, would be the energy of the moon in Sag. All right, so here it says the mystery of who we are reveals itself as we serve others. Okay, so it says it is only through the surrender of self-importance that we can truly realize the importance of self. A mystery reveals itself to us as we serve others, the hidden truth of who we are and what really matters to us. Even when we don't feel the urge to serve, it may be helpful to act as though we are quite humanitarian. This is provided. We guard against the risk that such a superficial approach may hinder our grasping the deeper meaning in service. Certainly, this often enhances our social reputation and tends to lead us to a more subtle realization of the value of, what is this? Renunciation. Okay. Now let's take a look at Mercury. That's Mercury and Taurus at the 10th degree. Let's do Jupiter and Gemini at the 25th degree. Okay. So here from the 21st to the 25th degree, we've been focusing on clearing. 25th degree speaks about a man trimming palms, the containment of wildness. So wholesome limits must be applied to our urge to expand the scope of our knowledge and experience, tidying up the expression of our personalities. Allowing free rein to the mind's powerful urge to expand can simply generate wild imaginings and cluttered thought processes. Education, in its true wholesome sense of leading out, can helpfully shape the patterns of a developing mind by offering structure and disabusing us of silly nonsense. So this speaks about a gardener trimming large palm trees. And it looks like there's some sort of enhancement that's taking place here. It says we put our stamp on the world by showing something of the relationship between spirit and matter. All right, you guys. So this is the energy and what it's speaking about. For some reason, I want to give you the energy of the sun as well, moving towards the 26th degree of Taurus, because it's happening at the planetary hour of the sun. So let's just take a look at what this is. All right. So we're demanding recognition. Sun at the 26th degree. Yeah. So from the 26th to the 30th degree, it's all about depth. All right. And we are finally at the last 5 degrees of the sun in Taurus. We're stepping into the sun in Gemini by the 20th of this month. And we are currently right now on the 15th. So in the next 5 days. All right. The 26th degree, a Spaniard serenading his señorita. I like it. All right. So this is all about how to act appropriately. It says personal desires are acted out according to the permitted roles that our culture lays down, learning how to behave appropriately. Having established our place in the community, partly by doing what others do, we can then further our individual expression of self. We may look to do this through available social methods in sports, clubs, and music, for example, and finding various roles by which to evolve our lives, often employing glamour as an expedient. So something here about constancy. It says, as we speak, so we are. The skilled individual may have kissed the Blarney Stone and be able to add with humor the flattery in order to control others with the smooth talk of a silver tongue. Yet the wiser individual will see that, futility in the misuse of glamour. The reality we encounter is built by what we think, say, and do, and every little contribution matters. A casual remark here, a white light there. What does it matter? Well, it does matter. Each nuance of what we allow out is the subtle effect it materializes. So be careful what the hell you say. All right. It's crazy. What's the 411? That's what I heard when I read that. What's the 411? It says, do you know Hermes? I do not, but you can marry me and take me there. Just kidding. All right, let's get into it, you guys. So we did the sun, the moon, we did Mercury, and we did Jupiter as well, okay? We do have Venus and Mars, both in fire signs. Obviously, this is going to be the opposition of masculine and feminine energies. We were speaking about that earlier. So we're moving towards the 11th degree with Aries in the sign, I mean, with Venus in the sign of Aries, which is at its detriment. And then we have Mars moving towards the 13th degree of Leo, all right, which Mars and Leo is kind of very egotistical type of energy. All right, but anyway, moon's in Capricorn. Let's find out what we are doing here in order to claim our power, okay? What do I want to start with you guys? I honestly don't know. I want to do like, let's do Oracle of the Radiant Sun first. All right, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, hot shit. I wish I could read that language. I can't. Could you like translate it for me in English so I can read what you're saying? I would love to understand. Maybe that's what I need to do. Learn a new language. That's Jupiter and Libra energy. You guys know that? Jupiter and Libra. Learning a new language. All right, let's get into it. That could be another achievement, right? Yeah. All right. It has from the 1st to the 5th degree, like a new accomplishment. Maybe this is where you want some sort of recognition. I don't know. It could be your personal power that you want back here. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what comes out. Well, hot damn. Speaking about egotism with Mars and Leo, Spirit says read the energy. All right. Mars and Leo, 13 degrees. Hold on a second. I guess that's of significance here as we were coming out of the moon and Sag. Should have traveled to Leo's energy that happened yesterday. So we are looking at the 13th degree. From the 11th to the 15th, it speaks about the enthusiasm. All right, an old sea captain. So I would imagine the captain is someone that's in a position of authority here over whatever is happening. It says peaceful contemplation. The lessons and messages of life are complex, and we gain much from reflection and assimilation. Reflection and depth assimilation of our experiences. In time, the child's innocence and the adult's sophistication give way to the peaceful reality of old age, a time to contemplate our personal history and the ups and downs that punctuate all life's journeys. It says retrospect. By contemplating the past, we add value to the future. Welcome in, Susan. Thank you for being here, sweetie. All right, what else do we have here? All right, I feel like this is giving warning to something already. Jupiter and Pisces energy. Interesting. That's 9 of Cups in Tarot, and I'm also seeing the 6 of Wands with... Oh, sorry, no, that's not the 6 of Wands. All right, so the 9 of Cups. The energy of seduction is here. Is this you understanding exactly what another person wants? Okay. It's interesting. From the 5th house to the 12th house, I would see it as a quincunx. So there could be where you can kind of sense what another person wants, especially if they're expressing themselves out of egotism. Okay, like very prideful, this person. Or this energy, whatever it may be. I don't know. We'll see. The moon in Taurus, exaltation. Okay. Show me. Something works well. Something helps your emotional state out. The sun in Taurus, it kind of gives this energy of endurance. I like it. I'm seeing heavy fixed energy here. 2nd house, 5th house, 8th house. The only one that's missing is Aquarius's energy here. All right. The sun and the moon in opposition. I'm seeing the 6 of Cups opposing the 6 of Pentacles. For whatever reason, I don't know if you're like, do people see you as being a little bit too egotistical, a little too prideful because of what is coming in for you as far as an inheritance? Again, this is like a wish fulfillment, something that you've been waiting for. And I would imagine you're supposed to be this extra like prideful person. No, I feel like you're handling yourself fairly well, to be honest. Look at that. It's like someone wants to see if they're able to pry your secrets out or something, or if you can do this. Jupiter in Scorpio's energy. Interesting. There's some sort of knowledge you have about the occult as well. That's what it is. Okay. Heavy water energy here with the 8th house and the 12th house. Here's the 11th house here. So all fixed energy is out here, finally. Saturn in Aquarius in its domicile. The moon in Taurus in its exaltation. All right, we got the sun in Scorpio once again. We got 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles in opposition with the 9 of Cups. There's something here that's really, really good. I like this. I don't know if it's about like nostalgic memories from the past. All right, how you're pushing forward with the energy of endurance. All right, there's some sort of thing here about an equal give and take. All right, I don't know. Show me egotism. Thank you. Oh, I see. So maybe people tried to shut you out of the specific organization with Mercury and Capricorn. All right. But maybe it is that you hold a position of authority. All right. You hold a position of authority. You're part of a specific organization. You have a specific responsibility. All right. Maybe you hold yourself to a specific standard and they don't like that. But because you do what you do, you know what I mean? You can sense what other people want from you. There seems to be exaltation in where you're receiving what's due to you. All right. Being reciprocated could be of importance to you. But then on the other end, it kind of feels like what you do is manipulation because of your eccentricity. You're very smart, unique. All right. You have something about you that's just different. You do work independently. Okay. Saturn and Aquarius' energy. Very structured type of person. Interesting. You're meant to influence other people. This is kind of bringing me back to this morning's message. Are you meant to influence people on how to be submissive to higher order? To a specific organization here. Mercury and Capricorn. Through what you know, Jupiter's energy, I'm seeing in the 12th house and the 8th house, and how it has to do with, again, the subconscious state. It's water energy. Through your emotions, you can kind of sense what other people want. And your job here, because I see every other fixed house, the 2nd, the 5th, the 8th, the 11th. Your job here is to bring some sort of stability to the energy by utilizing endurance, the exaltation of the moon, right? Your emotional state, Saturn, discipline, structure, authority. All right. And also not being afraid to take action on what you desire. This could be where you're like teaching. Okay. Yeah, that's what I feel this is. You're like teaching. You're supposed to be influential on other people in this part of this organization. So if that's what this is, then your wish fulfillment in regards of you reciprocating something or some sort of inheritance coming your way, that shit is it's coming. All right. Don't act too prideful either when you get that shit. Just sit your ass down somewhere. Welcome in, you guys. Shannon, how you doing? Lou, how you doing? Who else is here? All right. So yeah, sudden wealth is here and courtship. That's what I feel like. You're finally. I don't know. What's the 411? Thank you, spirit. I'm just saying. Okay. What the fuck is the 411 here? That's what I feel this is. You got some sort of courtship coming in with a lot of sudden wealth. All right. Are you at the ending of a specific chapter and where it's like due? You know what I mean? For you to get some sort of payout or something. I'm seeing the sun there. Sun in Taurus is like, where's my money? Something like that. Okay. I don't know. 411. That's Aries season. That's the 3rd decan. All right. So the 4 of Wands energy and where we currently are, Venus in Aries. That could be of significance as well. What's going on here? Coffin, imprisonment. Why do I feel like you're being warned about something in the workplace? Interesting. Coffin, imprisonment, toil and labor. Are you being called to end something before you get yourself in trouble with the workplace or something like that? Yeah, with the community. What's that all about? Yes. Okay. I see Aries and Libra in opposition with 411. All right, so it's giving Emperor and Justice. Aries, Libra in opposition. I'm also seeing the 3rd and the 9th houses. Who has Aries and Libra in the 3rd and the 9th house? Aquarius is energy. Yep. 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 Y'all see it here? All right. The Emperor. I see Justice. Aries, Libra opposition. 3rd, 9th houses. In connection to this community. Do you guys travel for work? Those 2 houses are about traveling. Somebody's thinking about you too. Tower. Something unexpected coming in. I don't know. There's devil energy here in the Tower with the Empress. Listen. Something about someone loving you, thinking about you, and wanting commitment in marriage. Okay. So what the hell is happening here with the energy of the coffin? I see the sun, imprisonment. The 29th could be of significance. I don't know. The number 38. That's 1111 right there. 2 and 9 and 3 and 8. Well, hot shit. What'd I just say? Venus and Aries? That's the 4 wands to me, baby. I don't know. I'm on to something here. What the hell's going on? Welcome in, you guys. Come on now. Don't start your shit with me. Pissing me off with this damn deck. Don't mind me. Spirit said, look at the clock. I don't know. 424. Something about April of 2024. The hell was that about? Some sort of conjunction here. Lunar eclipse. Last one happened in Virgo. Sirius's energy. I believe Sirius is in... Is it in Pisces right now? Hold on a second. Hold the phone. I know one of the transits were about to switch up. Oh, I see. All right, so Sirius right now is in Pisces. Is getting ready to step on the 17th, 2 days from now, into the sign of Aries. Okay. Interesting. There's something here about agriculture, wellness, self-care. I just called out Aries energy in opposition to Libra. All right, something about like travel. I said Aquarius's energy, so I'm thinking about like how it's important for your health to be of significance, how you take care of your body, okay? Um in connection to how or how you're going to be like getting around traveling or something like that, okay? Yeah. That's interesting to me. The lunar eclipse that took place in Virgo, obviously it had something to do with what was being illuminated, what was meant to be released. Okay. But I'm also seeing this energy of conjunction here. The next conjunction that's going to take place is going to be the moon in Aquarius with Pluto, I believe. Because we're with the moon in Capricorn right now. Nothing else is there. Yeah. It'll be the conjunction with the moon in Aquarius with Pluto. So some sort of conjunction with like a transformation taking place. When is that? 1 second. Just kidding, you guys. I'm so exaggerating. Where is this conjunction? Yes, it is. So it's on Sunday the 18th. All right, the conjunction with the moon and Pluto. Then Sirius will be in Aries. Technically, Sirius around the 1st to the 2nd to the 3rd degree, okay, of Aries is going to have a sextile over to this moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto. That's good, right? So there's going to be some sort of transformation that takes place that's working harmoniously. What does this lunar eclipse energy have to do with this? Well, hot shit. You got to be kidding me right now. What does this full moon and eclipse energy have to do with it? I don't know. Air energy. So again, I feel like it has something to do with the energy of your intellect. How it's very expansive at this time. Focus. Okay, so let's just go back. I just said Sirius is about to step into Aries here on May 17th. That's in 2 days. So what's today? The 15th or Thursday tomorrow? Okay, so Saturday. Okay, we're going to be stepping in with Sirius into the sign of Aries, right? We were just speaking about the opposition. I don't know. I'm feeling like an Aquarian energy here. Something about the fixed signs. All right, so if we're looking at the fixed signs, then that means that if Aries and Libra in opposition, we were picking up on the 3rd and the 9th houses. It looks like the mutable houses are going to be affected to this. Mutable houses are the 3rd house, the 6th house, the 9th house, the 12th house, right? 2 of those houses have to do with spirituality. 1 has to do with communication and the energy that you share with others, all right? Meaning the communication and how the information exchange takes place in the workplace. 6 of Pentacles. I mean, 6 of Pentacles, the 6th house. It has to do with obviously how you're being of service to other people. Okay, so I don't know if this is an ending of some sort of imprisonment in the workplace. Is this what this is speaking about? Can you tell me? Yeah, careful, all right, being egotistical within this specific organization. You're going to be able to sense what other people want from you. You're in the best energy that you could be emotionally right now with the moon in Taurus, and it looks like you're going to have a lot of endurance because you're able to pry out other people's secrets. Use it to your advantage in a positive way so that you can influence other people, so that you can be submissive to higher power, is what this feels like for me. Okay, planetary return is here. Mercury will step into Gemini on what day? Because that's the next planetary return. 1 second. I feel like I'm on point right here. I don't know why I feel that way. May 25th. Got it. All right. So there's a homecoming here, and where you're going to continue to make progress. Mercury and Gemini, there's going to be a boost of intellect happening, right? Their communication being very direct, because Pluto's no, I mean, why do I keep saying Pluto? Something about you is just transforming, okay? If it's communication, it's very direct. You're very on point. You're very expansive. The intellect is there, all right? Air energy, Gemini. Pluto and Aquarius, the conjunction of that. There's going to be something that unites here that's going to integrate the synergy, and where your self-care is of importance, wellness is of importance. I don't know, parenting could be of importance with Sirius as well. Like, the way that you talk, it needs to be direct. All right, the time of imprisonment in the mind state is done. You're going to be able to heavily focus here in the workplace. All right, so you're going to be coming into marriage here with, yeah, that's what I feel, with your community of people. Maybe you communicate to this distant horizon place. It could be like you're traveling abroad. All right, and you got a lot of sudden wealth coming in with the courtship that you, I don't know, what's the 411? That's the damn 411 there, okay? I'm trying to tell you what it is. This is what it is. Well, hot damn, that was a lot. Give me 1 second. Something about Psyche, the transit of Psyche. All right, so Psyche has to do with the conscious mind, and Psyche is also in the sign of Aries, but it has now stepped into the sign of Taurus as of the 9th. Well, look at that. All right, so now the Psyche is in the sign of Taurus, and where you need to be a little bit more grounded on how you're going to be using your conscious mind. Yes. Okay. So this is the asteroid of your soul and your conscious mind. All right, something about that. I feel like everything is coming to an alignment as it should. Look at that, right? It came right back out. I love it. All right, so it looks like the asteroids are going to be working harmoniously together here, and where they are. Okay, I don't know. Let me just take a peek real quick. We got Sappho stepping into Taurus as well by the end of the month on the 29th. Okay, it's going to meet there with the Psyche, as well as Chiron is still in the sign of Aries. So there's a lot going on right now. All right, there's a lot going on. So the Sappho energy stepping into Taurus, which is all about artistic abilities. It could be the way that you sexually express. Obviously, it's giving me like a sacral chakra type of energy, and how you partner with others. It could be with the same sex. It doesn't matter. I feel like this is a heavy focus on your creativity stepping into the sign of Taurus. Do you understand? All right. So I like this a lot, this energy. The Psyche stepping into the sign of Taurus, becoming very grounded in your conscious mind. Sappho stepping into Taurus by the 29th. You're going to be able to tap into your artistic abilities. All right. And with Sirius stepping into the sign of Aries, it's a heavy focus on like this heavy, I don't know, it's kind of giving me like the way that you eat, the way that you focus on self-care, so that you can express through communication. With Mercury stepping into Gemini, it's going to be significant here on how you are taking care of yourself. It's tapping in even with like Chiron in Aries. So there's some sort of like healing that needs to be done to help heal some sort of core wound. I would like that. You know what I mean? In the Aries as well. Okay, so we're going to see that energy in Aries probably up until 2026. I like it. All right. What else do we need to see here? It's interesting. So we already know planetary return was giving me a Mercury and Gemini energy. The Pluto in Aquarius conjunct the moon. with a sextile over to Sirius and Aries around the 1st to the 3rd degree. Psyche stepping into the sign of Taurus. All right, stabilizing the conscious mind and bringing some sort of groundedness there. And expansive in the intellect here. All right, I still am not kind of getting the lunar eclipse energy. Maybe it, you know, lunar eclipse takes a couple months for it to get going, right? Like for it to start seeing some change. So whatever you're releasing here obviously had a lot to do with Virgoan energy. So maybe it has to do with like how you've been illuminating, you know, things that no longer serve you. All right, that's harming and maybe your health, or how you're meant to be moving forward and how you're going to be of service to other people. All right, organizing your life, something about bringing in the details, something here. Okay, let's see, something that you know that needs to be released here. 3rd quarter moon could be of significance. That's taking place here in Aquarius again. So this is going to be the 2nd, 3rd quarter moon in Aquarius. There's something that needs to be readjusted, broken down, or forgiveness. All right. Aquarius's energy has to do with communities of people, groups of people, those that you're meant to network with. Okay. 11th house energy. It has a lot to do with, again, it's an air sign. So your intellect. All right. There's something. What's going on with this 3rd quarter moon energy? That's happening on the 20th, the same day that we step into the sun in Gemini as well. All right. So there's something about those 2 air signs that are going to be releasing or breaking something down. Is it in connection to communication? Like, what are we speaking about here? Thank you. The South Node in Virgo. Okay. So now the South Node and this energy of the lunar eclipse in Virgo is trying to tell me something here. Something about a natural gift that you have. Maybe this is the release or the illumination of your natural gift. All right, it's coming in with Taurus's energy. So the South Node, the lunar eclipse that happened in Virgo, it's in a trine right now to the sun. Very grounded energies here. Bringing some sort of stability. Yeah. Bringing some sort of stability to your natural gift. Something that comes from the past life. Okay. Can you ask a question? Sure. I'm sorry, I just looked up. I didn't mean didn't mean to see that. You said an eclipse happened on April of 2024. Yeah, that eclipse was in the sign of Aries. And the opposition of that year was in Libra. Absolutely. I know what you're talking about, babe. It's good to be back. What's your question, Chosen Divine? Says, oh, thank you for that. No problem. This is reading about me also and my gifts. Juno, about marriage, commitment, and partnerships. Bonding, I would imagine, yeah. There's a whole shitload of energy out it. Courtship, marriage. Okay. Juno right now is in the sign of Scorpio. So Juno right now is in retrograde with Vesta. I feel like this is a heavy energy on asteroids. I'm going to break it down for you guys and what's happening, okay? The Psyche now stepping into the sign of Aries by the 17th is going to be of significance. So let's say we're focusing in on the energy overall. All right. Aries is a very direct type of energy and where you need to take action. Okay. So if it has a lot to do with your soul and your conscious mind, your mind is set on air energy because Mercury is about to step into Gemini. Okay. Sirius is stepping into the sign of Taurus. Okay, is focusing in on your Taurus is what you put in your mouth. It's what you feed yourself. Okay, so again, the energy of like being in the sign of Taurus is like you need some sort of grounded energy, stability there. All right. Now, Juno being in the sign of Scorpio, with Vesta being in Scorpio and Lilith being in Scorpio, all of them in retrograde at this time, there's a heavy emphasis on what's being reviewed there. Scorpio's energy, it could have a lot to do with like your deep emotional feelings. It could have to do with you having interest in the occult. It could have something to do with, I don't know. It's many different things, all right? It's your sexuality with your partner or something like that, okay? So with those specific energies, like Lilith being in the sign of Scorpio, I know it speaks about here like repressed feminine energy. That's what it is. And not wanting to be submissive. Look what it's asking you to do, is to be submissive to spirit instead. You understand? So when we see Vesta, which is the asteroid of spirituality, in retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, Vesta's like, wait a minute, I have this specific spark inside of me that says I want to be devoted to something. I want to sacrifice my time or my energy or my passion for something or someone. Okay. And if Juno's energy is there, it's basically stating that, hello, this has a lot to do with the commitment to your partner in marriage or the person that you have some sort of bond with. Okay. So we'll see what comes out. I don't know. All right. I just feel like that's what I'm picking up on here is a heavy, heavy asteroid energy and what's taking place. Because if those three asteroids are in opposition to the sun being in Taurus right now and how you're tapping into some sort of natural gift, it could be having to do with something with your psychic abilities even. All right. Because Scorpio's energy, it's water. You understand? It's a very like, it's a fluid type of energy is what I feel. Okay. So if this is saying, listen, you're part of this organization now, be careful with your ego. All right. You're obviously very seductive at this time. People see you. You can sense what people want because of that emotional touch you have. All right. The moon in Taurus, just remain grounded within your emotional state. There's a lot of endurance happening here. You're obviously going to be able to pry out people's secrets. You're at your very best right now with eccentricity, and you're meant to be influential and submissive to spirituality is what I feel this is saying. So if you've been having difficulty of some sort of mental imprisonment, then that's going to stop in the workplace. You're obviously being able to focus on thoughts of love and or of marriage in connection to this community in the distant horizon. You understand? So right now, if you're in courtship and you're receiving sudden wealth, that's what I feel this is. This is something that you've been working on possibly for about a year or two now, if we're looking at the energy of the opposition of Aries and Libra. And as I said, I saw the 39th house. So I'm going to call Aquarius out here. That's where the transformation is happening. That's where Pluto is. You understand? All right. So it has to do with foreign travel, short travel, your communication, those that you're connected to in a community of people. Aquarius is, you are the community. Okay. And it has a lot to do with also the knowledge. Ninth house is higher knowledge. Okay. You're meant to be teaching at this time is what I feel this is. I feel that. Interesting. I mean, I do have the sun and the moon out here. Obviously, it's an opposition of Taurus and Scorpio's energy, so that could be a major focus. All right, and we also picked up earlier a heavy Mars and Saturn energy, and I'm seeing that in opposition with the 5th and the 11th houses. And Vesta wants to pop out again. I feel like all asteroids are going to be of significance here. All right, so this is a sacrifice and a devotion that you're making because of the passion that you feel, inner spark that you have in connection to this spirituality. All right, Scorpio's energy specifically, and where there's a lot of endurance. All right, interesting. Let's see. Wow, 11th house. All right, so yeah, it's with your community of people who you're collaborating with, networking with, that type of thing. Are you a member of a group? I told you guys to become a member. Intuition on point over here. All right. I'm gonna give y'all the scoop. So hold on a second. What the hell's going on here? And again, I feel like, as we said, where's South Node again? Give me 1 second. Where's South Node? 25 degrees and 24 minutes of Pisces. So we're going to be at the 25 degree and 24 minute of Virgo South Node energy. And the sun right now is at 24 degrees and 14 minutes. So we're literally about to be in this energy of a trine. Okay. And where the sun is currently right now, at a trine over to the South Node in Virgo. You want to speak about the energy? Let's look at it. All right, because today I believe we have 1 second. Who the hell do I think I am? Let me just ask. Think I know stuff? I think I do. Today we have the sun at a sextile over to the North Node. That's happening tonight at 1 second. Didn't I say? At 7:54, the sun was going to sextile to the North Node. So not only is it going to sextile to the North Node, but the sun is going to trine the South Node in Virgo. You understand? So we're going to look at the energies then. All right, because whatever is happening right now, this is like a bigger picture of what we need to be looking at in connection to these specific transits. 1 second. I just need a little snack. Virgo at the 26th degree. Look at that. All right. A boy with a censer is a Sabian symbol. Sacred duty of service. How you're being of service to other people. Did I not say that? To function on the earth plane. Earth plane. Sun and Taurus trining to Virgo. Okay. To function on the earth plane, discarnate spiritual beings needs us to generate a certain type of energy through exact performance of rituals, studying humility as a spiritual practice. At certain times of life, we all touch into sacredness, whether this rises in the presence of nature's beauty, the birth of a baby, or in death. Yet, we can also attend at rituals wherein we achieve the state of intentional sacredness by performing very specific actions with intense concentration and an attitude of service and humility. This is a transcendental condition during which we participate in the conscious spiritual evolution of our species, the earth, as well as the cosmos. All right, so this speaks about rapture. It says the highest rapture can be found in ceremonial celebrations of spirituality. So heavy Vesta energy coming out here once again. All of this that's happening in the sign of Scorpio, Juno, Vesta. It's all in reviewing. All right, let's just look at it as all these asteroids at a sextile over to Virgo's energy, right? Earth and water. I don't know where these transits are taking place. We can look into it. Where's Vesta in May? Vesta currently right now is in retrograde in Scorpio on the 15th of May at the 10th degree of Scorpio. All right. I mean, fairly not that close, but it's still in the vicinity. All right. Of it working harmoniously with the sacrifice and devotion to your sacred duty of service. Now let's take a look at Juno's energy and where it's retrograding in the sign of Scorpio on the 15th here at 24 degrees and 5 minutes. So how about that? That's fairly close to where this what is it? The sun and the south node's energy is in the same vicinity. Okay? So we're looking at Virgo to Scorpio's energy at a sextile, while we have Pisces and Taurus's energy at a sextile. You understand? All right, so let's take a look real quick at the south node. I mean, hold on a second. 1 second. Taurus, 26 degree. So acting appropriately. We just read this one out with the Spaniard serenading his señorita. Taurus at the 26th degree. At a trine over to to Virgo, sacred duty of service. So this is all about how you've been established your place in the community and doing what others do so that you can further the individual expression of self. All right. So there has to do something with being an example. All right. Without, I feel like not expecting something in return. It's like you have to do something consistently. So as you speak, this is who you are type of energy. I want to look at Scorpio's energy real quick at this 26 degree, 25th degree. Interesting. Seeing beneath the surface to understanding of life. Reality cannot be understood without going into things deeply and perceiving through the illusion to the truth of life's essential order. Penetrating beneath the surface to know the mystery. So this is basically what's being reviewed right now with Juno's energy. If you're committed in marriage and or bonding to some sort of energy and it has something to do with what needs to be understood underneath, this has a lot to do, I feel like, even with some sort of healing that needs to take place. All right. It says, as we progress along the path of realization, we find certain abilities develop. And one such skill is to be able to see through the surface form of a person or situation and perceive the inherent structure of their reality. We are not deceived by externals or transitory feelings and shows. This enables us to determine why we are at variance with others what might be done to find proper alignment, and in simple terms, whether we can help or should we leave. What the hell just happened? I don't know if there's a Scorpio and or an Aquarius involved here, but we're looking at full moon in Scorpio and a last quarter moon to Aquarius's energy that's happening from now until the 20th of May. I can't speak. Okay, I don't know if this is in between a Scorpio and or an Aquarius. I don't know what's happening here. All right, something has to be broken down in someone's marriage and someone's commitment and how they're sacrificed or how they're devoting themselves during a deep transformational energy, and how someone is meant to be a humanitarian, because it's like you're part of a specific community of people. You're meant to collaborate. You're supposed to be an influence to bringing people to be submissive to God or to spirituality. All right, because it looks like there's some sort of manipulation going on here. Absolutely not. You're the right person for the job is what it feels like. You're fucking smart. You know exactly what it is that you're feeling. You're meant to go deep and tap into whatever you're tapping into here. All right, so that you can reciprocate what needs to be reciprocated. It's like, don't be egotistical in part of this organization. You can pretty much sense what other people want around you. Use that to your ability of bringing positivity into the environment or into your community, or that's what you're supposed to do in the near future. All right, there's no need for you to be imprisoned in the workplace. I feel like spirit is giving you your freedom so that you can draw in the sudden wealth that you need to be a positive person in somebody else's life, something like that. You understand? This is a very transitory energy here. Like, the transition here has been probably taking place for a very long time for it to come into alignment with the transits that are happening right now. Like, this specific fixed moon cycle was supposed to be it. All right? Like, we have Pluto in the sign of Aquarius with Mars in the sign of Leo. These opposing energies both are the rulers of Scorpio's energy and where this full moon just took place. Right? So Mars being in Leo, all right, Pluto being in Aquarius in retrograde right now, there's something being reviewed about this transformation. And I feel like it's a bigger deal. Like, it's on a higher level. It's on a way higher level than this. Is like looking at, again, the this energy here, it's called an X-ray. This is seeing beneath the surface to understanding life. Like, what the hell is life really about? You understand? And being in connection to a specific marriage or in a partnership like that, or even being committed to what you do for work if you don't have a partner. Something about it is it's big. It's huge. Maybe this is something we've even been going through. As I kept telling you guys, I'm being drawn back to, like, you remember when I said we were having like a Scorpio Taurus opposition with the transits, and we were having the eclipses happening there, like the North Node, South Node, all that energy, and then we went from Aries and Libra. That was a heavy Mars and Venus opposition for a good like 3-4 years, right? Yeah. It's like, now that that has already taken place, there's something that should be changing in the energy as we are currently right now with this Virgo Pisces opposition, because Pisces is supposed to be, in the degree that it is right now, the realization of faith in God. Okay, like, we're supposed to be seeing everything in God's eyes, or through God's eyes, as I should say. All right, and Virgo's energy, let me run back 1 second. So Virgo's energy, obviously, we're supposed to be perfecting. That's what it is. We're supposed to be perfecting the way that we see through God's eyes with this Virgo Pisces opposition right now, and the degree that it is in. Okay. Something about that. All right. So if you're meant to be of service, Virgo's energy. All right. It's like, how are you doing it? It's a very deep, intense transformation that is going to happen collectively. But I feel like Aquariuses are being the ones being pulled to bring everybody together in this specific community. That's what they do. They're the humanitarians. You understand? Waning crescent moon. Crazy. So by the waning crescent moon, right before we hit that, what is it? The new moon in Gemini that happens on the 26th. It's meant to like start surrendering, to restore and trust the process and what's coming in. All right, Gemini's energy obviously is it has a lot to do with, I would say, bringing face to those that are two-faced. Okay. All right. It's meant to, again, open up and start socializing, communicating. There's something about the media there. All right. Gemini's energy, it has a lot to do with siblings. All right. It's your, literally your community. Okay. Your neighbors. The way that we are supposed to travel. Okay. There's a lot of different things happening here. So the waning crescent moon is typically going to happen with the moon in Taurus in its exaltation. Yes. All right. Let's see. Imam Kholi. Something about connecting with the inner child. I like it. Third house. See what I'm saying? Communication, transportation, your local community. This is going to help you heal some sort of inner child. All right. So we're looking at the waning crescent moon happening in the sign of Taurus, the new moon happening in the sign of Gemini, and then obviously as we start having the waxing crescent moon would be in the sign of Cancer, which is all about the Imam Kholi. So when you start waxing, that means the energy is going to start gaining momentum on how you're focusing on healing the inner child. See what I'm saying? It's a good energy. It's a really good energy. And it could be through communicating. It's like speak your truth. It's giving me a Chiron and Aries energy. All right, like speak your truth. Speak who the hell you are as a person. First house energy. Aries is like all about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that's fucking crazy. Look at that. As I say, first house, the ascendant is here. It speaks about the appearance that you put out to the world, the first impression that you make, and the mask that you wear to the world. I know what I'm feeling, you guys. I hope you're kind of catching my drift here. All right. Maybe you're supposed to be in the Sagittarian energy. Very optimistic, feeling adventurous, free, philosophical. Ninth house, obviously, it has a lot to do with your knowledge. All right. It's like bringing people along. And sextile, yeah, bringing harmony and ease and compatibility to the collective. Something about that. I like this. It feels good. It feels real good. All right. So, yeah, I feel like whatever's coming in right now, it's a big deal. Big deal. Like, you got great things coming in for you. All right. I don't feel like you need to worry if you've been stressing over workplace. Everything will fall in the line as it should, you guys. Everything will fall in line as it should. I got to put astrology down. Because y'all know this is my shit. But I got to put it down. Because I can go all day. All right. I can go all day. Let's put that away for a second. I want to get into some tarot here. I'm going to actually leave out the Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards. Because I feel like it's helping me tap into my intuition here. But we are going to kind of set aside some stuff here. I don't know. I guess I feel like you got accepted in. Something about you got accepted in. All right, let's do light seers real quick. You said Aries is my second house. Light unique. That's awesome. Welcome in, sweetie. Meg, welcome in. 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I heard taking steps. 4, 5, 6, taking steps. Baby steps. Taking baby steps. Is that what was on the clock? 4, 5, 6. Yes, thank you. That I caught. Crazy. I know my phone ain't about to damn die. That's gonna piss me off. Every time I get good with something, it's like, come on now. All right, what do we need to see here? Let's see what's going on with the organization. Show me the organization here with Mercury and Capricorn. I feel like you have, all right, the specific responsibility here is like try not to get too egotistical, too prideful. All right. 4 of Wands. I mean, I called it earlier. I felt it. I was getting like 11. Where did I call that out from? Oh, the number 29 and 38. All right. There could be some sort of celebration happening here with the 4 of Wands. Some sort of commitment, marriage. Okay. Venus and Aries transit specifically at this time. We are at the 11th degree of Aries. I don't know if I read this out to you guys yet. No, I have not. Let's see what it speaks about. I think we spoke about the Mars in Leo energy at 13 degrees. So this is the Venus in Aries at 11 degrees, the president of the country. Well, hot shit. All right, so yeah, this is all about the power of self-discipline. Society's insistent desire for order stimulates the individual to develop some sort of self-control, projection of disciplined will. Much like forces of law and order in society controlling the lower elements, we must use a mature, disciplined ego to tame the beast within ourselves and bring to heal the instinctual and emotional nature. All right, this speaks about idealization. Leaders sacrifice themselves to an ideal and suffer penalties for their imperfections. All right, so if you're part of this organization here, I told you, try not to be a little bit too egotistical, too prideful, because at the moon in Capricorn at the first degree, obviously you demand recognition, but it's like, who the fuck do you think you are? If you're supposed to be a senior as a leader, you're supposed to be, you know what I mean, leading people here to be submissive to higher power. That's what I feel like this is. Okay, now let's keep going. So yeah, I feel like there's some sort of celebration here in the organization today. I like it. Show me Mars and Leo. Well, hot damn, they both want to come out. The Eight of Swords is showing me Jupiter and Gemini, and the Knight of Swords. I feel like whatever's happening to you here, you're moving fairly quickly. All right. You're in this energy of peaceful contemplation with Mars and Leo at 13 degrees, and in Gemini's energy at, what did I say, 25 degrees. All right. It looks like you're able to contain some sort of wildness. Okay. It could be the way that you want to communicate something. Because again, you can kind of sense what other people want if you're in this energy of seduction, or they can sense what you want. Something about that. All right. I don't know. There's a sense of reflection here that you're doing, and it's like fairly like moving very fast. All right. Very, very quickly. All right. Some reflection you're doing there. If something was meant to keep you entrapped in the mind, because I'm seeing Eight of Swords to the Knight of Swords, that's one more sword that leads you to, all right, feeling once again imprisoned in the mind state. All right, so just kind of like chill out. Remain exalted in your energy. Remain grounded. I think that's what we were speaking about earlier this morning. Yeah, exactly. Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo. It's like you're going to get recognition. You're going to be rewarded, all right, for fame and fortune. I don't feel like that's exactly what you need it for, but it's like recognized, all right, for the potential that you have putting in for what you do for work, I would imagine, all right. How grounded you are in your energy. Show me endurance. Can I see endurance? The Hermit. It just shows the amount of reflection work you have done overall. All right. In Hermit mode. So if you went through the dark night of the soul, it looks like, for whatever reason, it looks like you graduated. Okay. You graduated. Yeah, there's the Hermit and the Hierophant. All right. So this is what I feel with the South Node in Virgo, with the whole Sun and Taurus, Sun and Taurus trine. All right, that's what I feel this is. You're heavy in this earthly vibe, chilling. All right, very much in this energy of being able to see things in a different perspective, even in connection to your ascension, to how you're tapping into spirituality. All right, it's a big deal. I feel like you're kind of like open to your natural gift, if you want to call it that. You're highly invested. All right, I feel like you've done the work. Saturn and Taurus energy. All right. It could be a time for you to, you know, just kind of be patient and wait for whatever blessings are growing down there to kind of pop out. Okay. I like that. Show me the manipulation card here, because maybe people don't like that you can pry out their secrets. The Queen of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Be careful that you don't burden yourself by trying to overwork, utilizing your psychic abilities. That's what I feel like this is saying. All right. Because obviously you're highly intuitive. You're tapped in with spirit. You're going to be able to pry out people's secrets like it's nobody's business. But I don't feel like you're doing it to hurt anybody. Overall, I feel like you're being asked to focus on, you know, remaining grounded. Try to like chill out so that you can control this energy that's happening around you. Yeah. Show me. Okay. This was part of your transformation. Spirit wanted to show me the Death card. Look who's on the other side of that. The Two of Cups. That's crazy. All right, so did you meet your match? There's the damn Wheel of Fortune. There's the Devil. And here's the Fool card. All right, so it looks like you had some sort of major accomplishment. Major. And where you could have had a lot of fear before. Okay. Maybe you faced those fears. Maybe you were afraid of being attached to something that was actually good for you. All right. Going through the transformation and seeing what you were going to come out on the other side. All right. It looks like you're happy there. Super happy. From the 2 to the 10 of cups, that's a big jump. Huge jump. Maybe you felt like I'm always going to be stuck here. I'm always going to be, you know, going through hardship. I'm never going to be able to get out of this. No, I see the transformation happening for you. Very positive. Very, very positive. Okay. Interesting. So I see this Mercury and Taurus energy, and that's kind of where you have to stop allowing yourself to be trapped up in the head. So as this reading, this will be the energy. This is the Mercury and Taurus vibe as we have a semi-square over to Jupiter and Gemini. All right, so it's like you are overthinking a situation, keeping yourself trapped in the head about material and, let's just say, financial hardship. You will be blessed when you are meant to be blessed. Okay. The Four of Wands says you have some sort of celebration here. You are accelerating fairly quickly and you're being recognized and rewarded for it. Try not to overwork yourself and your abilities here. All right. Try to remain as grounded as possible in the earthly realm as you tap into your intuitive gifts. This is part of your transformation. You have been balanced overall and you got a lot of fortune heading your way. Okay, you're on the right path here. It looks like if you were attached to something negative, it looks like you've already released yourself from that. You're having a brand new beginning here. Don't be afraid to face your fears and see where this takes you. Understand? I like it. It feels pretty damn nice. Yeah, and there's the Nine of Swords. There's that energy I was feeling earlier. It's like when it came out in today's energy check-in, it's almost like if someone was trying to make you fear the decisions that you were making. Or let's just say, you know, there could have been where you were being forced to sign a specific contract or something. It's like, slow your ass down. Don't overdo something. All right. Be careful. Just be happy. Just focus on being happy. Okay. That's what I'm getting. I hear the police outside. So there's something about, you're being warned about something there. All right. Tower moment. I don't know. Let's see. Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Be careful with the choices that you make here. Someone might actually want to fool you out by being deceptive. That somebody could be gossiping about your secrets or, you know, about information that they know about you or something like that. Trying to confuse you is also what I'm feeling. All right, could be a lover, Knight of Cups. Nine of Swords. This could be a lover that's losing their fucking shit from the 9 to the 10 of Swords because you're getting some sort of new opportunity here. Careful with this energy. You guys, try not to be fooled by somebody. I'll see the 5 and the 7 of Swords with the 9 and the 10 of Swords. This is a lot of overthinking, a lot of gossip, a lot of deception, jealousy, envy. I don't know. I don't like it. It's in connection to whoever this Knight of Cups is. This could be like a fairly new lover. This person doesn't know how to adapt to the changes of what's happening in your life opposing theirs or something about that. Okay. If you have to start planning on the future, I would fairly imagine that you need to just kind of do your own thing and be happy and go after your passion. Don't be afraid of new opportunities. You know what I mean? Yeah. 10 of Pentacles. It's going to lead to long term. All right. But I feel like you need to bet on yourself at this time. Yeah. Ace of Wands. Focus on your passion. Absolutely. Focus on your passions. All right, let me clear this out because I kind of feel like I'm over this deck at this point. I want to get into NYC Tarot. Let's see what's happening there because my phone's getting ready to die soon, you guys. I want to cut it short. All right. Well, hot shit. Let's talk about this courtship with sudden wealth. All right, what's the 411 here? We were getting Aries, Libra opposition, something like that. Thank you so much, Chosen Divine. She's on it. She's like 18. Yes. All right, let's get into it. Show me courtship and sudden wealth. The Three Cups, Mercury and Cancer energy. Highly intuitive. I like it. All right, you're connecting with kindred spirits here. That's what that means. Ace of Swords. Yeah. I feel like, wow. The way that you're communicating here is very grounded. I feel like it's coming out of a place of, how do I say this? I feel like there is a sense of balance, but I feel like fairly grounded, all right, and whatever you're doing here. I don't know. Are you studying in the home or are you getting creative with what it is that you're trying to speak out? Ace of Swords, you gain clarity about the opportunities you have available, something about it. It feels very abundant in your energy is what I want to say. All right, because that sudden wealth is kind of like the more you speak the truth about a situation or you bring clarity to the situation, the more abundance is being drawn your way just by you tapping into your intuition. That's what this feels like. It feels good. Two of Swords. And you're no longer afraid to face your fears. That's what this is it. This is it. Specific companionship with the Moon in Libra, Two of Swords. Because it's coming out here. Courtship in the Sun and Wealth. You're in a specific companionship here. Okay. And I feel like this is a way that you're drawing in a sense of abundance your way. The Six of Pentacles. Yes, there's some sort of reciprocation here. Two of Pentacles. You're starting to adapt to the changes fairly quickly. Why do I keep saying fairly? Something feels balanced. Okay. 1 second. Something feels super balanced here. Like you're finally getting some sort of reciprocation. Show me more. Page of Cups. I don't know. I just heard let's go out for ice cream. Okay. Like there is a sense, I'm telling you, there's a, like, I see vanilla and chocolate. There's a sense of balance here. All right. It could be that you're more open to your psychic abilities. Your intuition is heightening. All right. The energy of love is able to spread. It's kind of like being reciprocated. What you put out there is what you get back. And the Lovers, absolutely. Okay. I like this. You said, oh, I'm not in a companionship. LOL. It's best though. You mean it's best not to be in a companionship? There's a sense of balance here overall in masculine and feminine energies. I keep seeing that. It's on the marriage card. All right. It's here on the courtship card. We have the influence card out here with masculine and feminine energy on it. Okay. I like it. Well, we have the Sun and we have the Hangman. Wow. You gain perspective about Source and how Source will come in. I feel like and bless you. The Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Again, there's something here about I'm feeling reciprocation. Again, I don't know. I see the pieces, one masculine, one feminine. This is the Jupiter and Capricorn energy. There's a sense of control, all right, surrounding your specific. It could be even your community, all right, and how you're connected with Source, something like that. Like, let's say you were fighting for your position, all right? Let's say you're highly intuitive. Let's say that the challenge was you speaking the truth about something. I deserve this position. I want to be treated fairly. I want my abundance. I want to face my fears and I want to say what it is that I deserve in reciprocation. And you fought for it. You got that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like you gain perspective on how to connect with Source, how to tell Source what it is that you want to draw in, how you've been submissive, how you can bring the community to, you know what I mean? Together. Something about this. Let's see. The Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands, and you have achieved exactly that. All right, this has been overall like a major transformation for you and what you've been trying to manifest. The Queen of Wands, Four of Wands, Death card to the Magician. Fuck yeah. I like it. 5:12 on the clock. I don't know. The 12th of May could have been of significance. What's that? 3 days ago? What happened on the 12th? Where were we at? The full moon in Scorpio. I can't make this shit up. 5:12 on the clock. Spirit say look at it. Full moon in Scorpio happened on that day. We had a Mercury in Taurus square over to Pluto in Aquarius on that day. And we had a trine over to the North Node. Well, how about that? You said I spoke my truth. There you go. All right, you guys. Spirit is here. Heavy. Child, stop playing. Queen of Swords spoke your truth. That's it. the Chariot, and that brought you lots and lots and lots of success. That's what I feel. One second. So, yep, you speak the truth. It looks like it's exactly what it was that you manifested. I like it a lot. It looks positive. All right. The Jupiter and Gemini energy is out here once again. I like it. So you have to tidy up the expression of your personality. That's what it's saying. And the Lovers. It showed me the Eight of Swords, which is the Jupiter and Gemini energy in connection to Gemini energy, your lover. Ace of Pentacles. Saturn and Pisces with the Eight of Cups. What is going on here? We're at the 30th degree of Saturn and Pisces. That's right, because Saturn's about to step into Aries on the 25th. On the 24th, my bad. Well, damn, that's in 9 days, baby. Pisces at the critical mark and where it is right now in the sign of Pisces. We're at the great stone phase, the realization of faith, becoming our own ideals. There is no right answer to or best version of anything. We make it all up according to how we feel or think we should. We become whatever we idealize. Instead of ending our journey, we find that we have become the seed of yet another cycle of experimentation. We idealize many things, love, truth, and God itself, for example, and this is how we become aware of our relationship with archetypes. The essential conundrum with which Plato and Aristotle wrestle without resolution is whether we create the archetypes or the archetypes create us. The exact same puzzle is posed in the Hindu scripture, the Mahabharata. Do we create God or does God create us? This is the mystery of life, and simply put, it is that life is a mystery, a paradox, and not within our grasp to understand that life, God, oneself are all beyond our comprehension, and yet divine curiosity to know more of the eternal paradox is the very motivation that began it all and keeps it all going. What we see when we look is nothing more or nothing less than our own expectation. All right, so a majestic rock formation resembling a face is idealized by a boy who takes it as his ideal of greatness, and as he grows up begins to look like it. All right, so utilizing your discernment, first you're meant to imagine and then you can expect. I like this energy. So there's a specific image from within you. This is all how you're going to have a brand new beginning here. All right, with the Fool card coming out. Uranus will be stepping into Gemini by July the 7th. Uranus's energy here, which is typically associated to Aquarian energy and where the transformation is taking place within a community of people. I feel like it has a lot to do with, again, Saturn, Uranus's energy. They both rule Aquarius, all right? So we're meant to be looking right now at how we are seeing things as through God's eyes, all right? Becoming our own ideals. That's what I feel like. Divine. I hear Mr. Softy outside. I want some ice cream. All right, somebody deserves ice cream out here. I'm just saying. One more card and we out of here. My phone's dying, you guys. One more card. Thank you. Six of Wands. I heard congratulations. I heard clapping. Okay. So there's some sort of, again, recognition and reward for merit here with the Six of Wands. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, because we came from God. The woman made his image, by the way, its words as he has had a tribe and created a replica in divine love. That's awesome. You said I was releasing and praying for miracles. Okay. All right. I hope this reading helps you guys out for today's energy. I think we tapped into fairly a lot. Okay. And we'll see how it all works out. We will see how it all works out. Anybody have any questions? He said, love you, and I'm praying for you too. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I think we tapped into a lot of energy today. A lot. We spoke about Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Gemini, Mars in Leo, Venus in Aries, Mercury in Taurus, the moon at the first degree of Capricorn, and the sun in Taurus. We did transits. We did it all. So if you guys are here, then I hope you were able to get what you needed out of this reading. Okay. I like it. We're going to get into spill the tea later, because I feel like there's positive for those that are on a spiritual journey. There's always the negative side of who's doing what behind your back. So I appreciate you all. Witchcraft is haram and against Allah. Whatever you say, my love. Obviously, he watched me that whole time to just say that. Carlos Santana, of course you would be a hater. You didn't miss anything. Scroll back, it's all still there. Or maybe they'll cut it short, because that's what they've been doing to my readings. People just been hating on my shit. I've heard multiple times, you are the best reader on YouTube. I appreciate that, because I put a lot of work in. Okay? But we already know they about to cut this reading, because it's that legit. I love y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.